immense pleasure to welcome you all to this ATAL-sponsored faculty development program hosted by our university. Even though we are meeting in the virtual mode, the energy and enthusiasm for learning and sharing knowledge remains as vibrant as ever. The ACT Training and Learning Academy has been a pioneer in fostering faculty development and enhancing teaching and research skills across the country. This FDP marks another milestone in bringing together eminent academicians, researchers, and participants to explore new frontiers of knowledge. We are indeed honored to have among us distinguished leaders and visionaries. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Dr.G. Srinivasu, sir, who has always been a guide force and a pillar of support. Our Dean, who tirelessly works to uphold academic excellence in our university. And most importantly, our chief guest of the day, Professor Sarathy from IIT Madras, a renowned academician and researcher whose contribution in his field are truly inspiring. To begin the proceedings, I invite our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Professor G. Srinivasu, to deliver the inaugural address and open the session to set the tone for today's program. Sir, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Madam. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Today is very auspicious day, the first day of Navaratri. So it leads all of us to the victory that is Vijayadashmi. In this auspicious occasion, I am proud to be part of inauguration function of this workshop sponsored by AICTE ATAL. I invite Professor R. Sarathy, Dean IIT Planning, and my other colleagues, Dean Professor Ratnakumar and Professor K. Venkatramanan, Dean, and the organizing team, and all other participants in this program. This university is called by name Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Mahaswamiji, the great Peethadhipati of Sri Kanchipuram Peetham, established in 1993 and running with so many, approximately 50 courses. And our main aim is to combine traditional education with modern knowledge. And in order to that, to support the modern knowledge system in Indian approach, through Indian approach. So we are encouraging the interdisciplinary studies combined with the traditional modern subjects, and researches also. We are conducting so many researches, projects, and various other activities. I am very proud that this topic is selected by team members and it is accepted, that smart energy systems for climate. So in this way, we are already doing some work. Our professors are attending so many workshops, taking part in the research areas in various countries on their invitation. And we hope we will do better in this area. And this program, this workshop will benefit all of us, all participants, and the university and other universities also, to think in this way and to move further in this great direction of serving the society and keeping the world very, very calm and very pollution free. So I invite all the participants to take part without any absence in this workshop and get benefits from the knowledge of participants. With this, I inaugurate this seminar, this workshop, and my best wishes, and with the blessings of our Swamijis and our gods, this will be a great successful one, I hope. Thank you. Shubham, all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating and insightful words. May I now request our esteemed Dean, Professor M. Ratnakumar, to share his thoughts with us.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Paratma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. A very good evening to everybody. My distinguished Vice-Chancellor, Prof. Srinivasu, and our respected Dean of Science and Humanities, Dr. K. Venkatramanan, and my dear colleagues and the participants who are attending this ATAL FDP. It's a great pleasure of mine to inaugurate this ATAL FDP, the first of kind this kind of program hosted by our university. The topic is very appropriate. Smart energy systems. That is what we are. We need the India country like India. We need right now. See, our power source, energy source is so different. We're not depending upon totally on nuclear power. We're depending upon solar energy and tidal energy, of course, wind energy, other captive power plants, all small scale, mini and micro power generations, all happening throughout India. So to coordinate them and to meet the demand, power demand, we need some smart system, smart management system. That is what the necessity of smart grid happened. And application of smart grid and the smart management, power management system to Indian scenario, we find it a little bit difficult because of our own lack of resources. And hope this FDP will throw a lot of light on this. What are the problems in implementing smart energy system, and what are the advantages implementing in smart power sources, coordinating different power sources into our Indian power system. I hope this FDP is going to throw a lot of limelight, a lot of ideas. So ideas will be converted to research, research will be converted to publications, publication will be converted to a real implementation in our Indian power system. I really congratulate all the organizers who worked behind this program and all the guests, everything. I welcome to our session. Thank you. Om.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring message. And now it's my privilege and honor to invite our chief guest, Professor Sarathy from IIT Madras, to deliver the keynote address. Sir, we are truly grateful to have you with us today. The session is yours, sir.
Good evening, all, and thank you very much for accommodating myself for this event. It is very, very important, as others were indicating, that it is a very timely topic which everyone have to understand, because one is technological growth. Automatically power, without power, this technological growth cannot happen. At the same time, we have a very limited resources, so we require to generate power. At the same time, you require to match to the demand. That has become a big challenge for the power engineers. Of course, with the limited resources, we are trying to work on, and now renewable system has become very, very important. And in the process, you look at, it is not the source what we try to have it, and the meeting the demand. There are multiple things by which the system is going to be, causing disaster. So when you are working on with it, it is not the power management you try to understand. Even you have to, as an electrical engineer, you are supposed to know more about the disaster management even. And that is how, you try to operate at the 33 kV level and try to match to the requirement. That level has gone, and now the operating voltage has gone more than 800 kV, and the grid concept has come, and that has become a good enabler for us to transmit power from any location to any required particular point. There are chances for affected by some means. Under that situation, there are multiple means one have to think about. So that way, the microgrids have come as a concept has come, a renewable concept has come. Initially, people try to talk about nuclear, people try to talk about wind energy, people try to talk about solar everything, but now people are trying to talk about hybrid. So as and when we transform from one domain to another domain, the level of requirement of the system, is something amazing, where you necessarily to keep it in mind, you have to adapt to how the technological growth is, and we try to foresee and we do planning, short-term planning, long-term planning, everything we try to do it. But now the minute to minute the trading has to carry out, and minute to minute the variation in the system has to be carried out, because the level of sources what is available in the system has to be made use of and effectively to be used of. And we have to see that energy conservation has become an important aspect to it. So that way, it is not alone a renewable energy. When we try to talk about a solar, hydrogen energy has come, and that required to be how effectively you transport, and effectively use it for resources, power generation, and for various aspects, how that it has to be carried out, it has become. And the smart grid has become very, very important. It is not that smart. When you try to look at, there are various aspects. Multi-sensor fusion system has come in picture. So when you try to do multi-sensor fusion system, it is not one location where try to work on and try to get the detail of it. You require to identify at multiple locations, and where IoT and cloud computing has become very important. And when you try to look at a cloud computing, automatically safety becomes a major challenge. So you require a cyber security. So no more electrical engineer is going to be an electrical engineer. Even a mechanical engineer come in picture to work on solar. Electrical engineer try to work on with various aspects, and a computer science person is supposed to be there, and instrumentation group has to be there. And effectively, the engineering stream, it has become all has come as in a core. It is not that we classify earlier as a mechanical and civil and electrical and so on. It is not that. Green energy has become very, very important. Even a building, you require to green technology, you have to be brought in. So that is the level at which people are working on. And that way, if you look at it, you require multiple means by we have to strategize. And I am sure energy management concept alone we are not going to talk about. I am sure about in this course we are going to talk about various aspects of smart system, how that it is going to be, what variety of smart system can be implemented in a given scenario, how to adapt with the battery management structure, how to adapt with the hydrogen storage system, which people are trying to talk about in these days. So it is not that in generic way it is going to be like. I am pretty sure the course organizer would have thought much more beyond applicability of this sustainable structure, how that it can be adapted for various means. I am sure the thought process will be in a spectrum of ideas where you will get it. It is not getting associated only with electrical engineering. It is the one which I am trying to tell you. You will adapt to multiple domains. I am sure the workshop is going to be reasonably eye opener for many people. Implementation is one of our requirement. For example, you may think that how that power electronics is going to be resourceful. It is not. The power electronics is more generic, you may think, but the level at which the technology people are trying to talk about the power electronic devices, the circuits and the chips, what we are trying to use it, there are multiple aspects which people are talking, and people are thinking that one of the bottleneck is the thermal conductivity of the chip. But now people are trying to talk about diamondtronics. Diamondtronics is the one which is going to be enabler, which enables you to have the power handling capability almost 8 times of it. So when you have 8 times of power handling capability, the sustainable energy conversion, everything, you can make a compact system, and the reliability power can be enhanced. So when you try to talk about the sustainability goals, it is not this particular workshop. The title itself says nearly 3 sustainable goals you will be talking about, which is amazing. Normally, people try to focus on one particular domain, whereas here, of various sustainability domain, I looked at 3 sustainability topics we are going to get an idea about. So this diamondtronics is the one domain where IIT Madras is trying to work on in a larger way. And I just wanted to tell you at this moment, the reason is everyone should thinking about how you can make the system compact, cost effective and reliable. And it has become a responsible thing, and it has become a part of sustainability, right? Energy saving is one aspect. Conservation is is basically energy saving and conservation. It is not alone restricted. How you adapt for the system by bringing in the state of art, cutting edge technology. Also, one has to think about it. So that way, this is a nice opportunity to talk about the research which we are trying to work on. And for example, see, we have initially locomotives, we try to use a lot of coal and other things. After that, diesel has come, and now people are trying to talk about high-speed train in a vacuum. People are trying to talk about, and their magnet is going to come in as a part of a picture. So where in the magnet, when you try to look at, you see that there are a lot of rare earth materials coming in, and one have to think about sustainability. When you try to look at it, you also have to see that you try to work on with the system alternative material for this rare earth material, because it is becoming a bottleneck for the growth of the magnet technology, right? So this particular thing, I just wanted to tell you the reason is, when you are trying to work on, it is not the ecosystem, even the technology on which we are trying to work on, you have to keep focusing on. There where the hydrogen energy, people are thinking of to launch a rocket only with the water and aluminum particles. When you try to work on with a particle like aluminum, it should be in a nano form, where when it reacts, the thrust what you are trying to get it is going to be something much beyond. At the same time, if you try to work on with the conversion, see, this is basically a 9th standard 10th standard experiment, but implementation into it, when you try to look at it, how that it can be made an ecosystem of a sustainable nature, you require little amount of chemistry to see how that aluminum oxide can be brought in as an aluminum and make a reuse of it, how that it is cyclic form it has to be. So there are multiple things which you have to think about. It is not that small workshop where it gives you a lot of information. This is going to be an eye opener for you to think beyond, right? And it will give you a sort of information to what necessarily to be thought about. So these are the things which you have to keep it in mind. It has to be sustainable. It has to be more cost-effective solution. It has to be reliable solution. At the same time, available resources, how that it has to be worked on. For example, trading, how that effectively it has to be. Economics is very important. Keeping all that in mind, enable yourself to listen to the experts which the university has identified, and I am sure it is going to be a successful one for yourself to adapt and make yourself to be a collaborative with others by having it. It is not that you listen to it today and tomorrow you try to be independent. It is not. I request people to interact with the faculty member who is giving a collaborative, who is giving the lecture. Interact with, see that what best you can utilize by having interaction in terms of research, in terms of manpower, visiting his laboratory or anything like. Please connect yourself to that. Keeping that in mind, if you try to work it, it is not going to be a single objective. It is going to be multiple objective with which you are going to be, which you are working on by attending this sort of a programs. I am sure it is going to be a successful one, and all the best for the participant. And my personal thanks to the organizer for organizing such a important event for the nation. So that way, I personally thank the university as well as in specific the coordinator who has organized this particular event. With this short note, I thank you for inviting me to be a part of this workshop. Thank you all for listening to the talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening address and valuable overview of the scope of research in this field. Your words have truly enriched the beginning of this FDP and will inspire participants throughout the program. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I request our HOD, Dr. N. Ashok Kumar, sir, to share few words with our participants.
Good evening to everybody. First of all, I thank our management team, Vice-Chancellor, Registrar, and the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for making this to happen actually at the right point of time, as professors told. Also, I personally thank Dr. Sarathy sir for accepting our invitation and giving an enlightening address. Also, our Dean, Dr. Kumar sir, and the experts who are going to deliver the lectures in the pipeline actually for these 5 days actually. Thanks everybody actually for making this as a grand success. And as Dean IIT Madras sir, Sarathy sir told, it is going to be a grand success and it is a need of the hour at this moment actually. And it is having multi-objective themes. And it is an opportunity to connect, as Professor told, to everybody. And participants here are roughly 150, 131 or 151 participants have been registered. And roughly today we are 85 or so. And still it will be picking, and as the meeting goes, it will be picking up. And truly it is a great event. And also to say the point, experts as well as the participants as well as the professors, it is a landmark event of EEE because it is a unique effort and we tried and we got it actually. So it is a landmark event for us. And in the pipeline, many events are going to come in ATAL actually, by the blessings and guidance of Professor Sarathy sir. And this is a continuous effort, as it's a Kaizen theory. Learn, and keep on learning. As per the needs, keep on changing actually. So it's a multi-objective team, total quality management, all the departments, Professor told, mechanical, electronics, everybody has to merge into it to have make it as an application team. And I welcome the participants, I welcome the experts, and I personally thank the Professor IIT sir, Dr. Sarathy sir, and Dean, management and coordinators, Anisha madam and Lakshmibai madam, making the event a grand success actually. Thank you, thanks one and all. Good evening.
I once again thank our Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Dean, and our Chief Guest, Professor Sarathy Sir, Dean Planning of IIT Madras, for their gracious presence and invaluable words. With this, we come to close the inaugural session. Within a few minutes, we are going to start our technical sessions. Thank you all and join with